I had a huge crush on my dad's best friend. To try and seduce him, I deliberately knocked on his door without wearing a bra. His eyes quickly swept over my body, making no effort to conceal the fact that he noticed my busted top and short skirt. Unfortunately, he didn't take immediate action. Instead, he swiftly averted his gaze, gave me a smile, and invited me inside. "What brings you here, Nora?" he asked. "Well, I need to talk to you about something," I replied. "Is everything okay? You look a little flushed. Are you feeling all right?" His concern was quite evident. I was practically dying of embarrassment. I wanted to say, "I'm fine. I'm just really excited. I'm flushed because I was watching you with binoculars and, well, taking care of myself in the car." But instead of confessing that, I said, "I'm fine. Just a little nervous." "Nervous about what?" he asked. "Well, I need to ask you something, and I hope you won't say no," I said with a smile. And that smile made me forget everything for a moment. His green eyes were just so captivating. "Just say it, Nora. You know I could never say no to you," he said. That made me smile too, and I turned to face him fully. "I saw you have a room for rent," I said. His eyes widened slightly when he realized what I was getting at. I raised my hand to stop him from making any excuses. "You know I'm starting university in the fall, and your place is so close to campus. Plus, I've been saving up for the past year, so I can totally afford the rent you're asking." When he didn't respond immediately, I clasped my hands together and pleaded, "Please, Ethan. I'll be the perfect roommate. I promise. Please." He sighed and rubbed his face with his hand. "What do you think your parents will say?" I rolled my eyes and dropped my hands to my thighs. "They'll probably say a 30-minute drive to school isn't a big deal, but it is. Your house is so close that I could walk or bike to class. Think about the environment, Ethan. It's really the right thing to do." He chuckled but still said, "I don't know, Nora. I was planning on renting to a grad student, preferably a guy, just to avoid any awkwardness." "Yeah, I get that. But it's me. You've known me my whole life. You don't have to worry about it being awkward. And who better to look out for me than you?" I flashed him a sweet smile, watching as his resistance wavered. "Do you at least want to see the room? You might not even like it," I said, clapping my hands in excitement and standing up. He laughed and led me down the hallway. I'd been to his house countless times, but I'd never really explored the rooms. I'd always been tempted to sneak a peek into his bedroom. He opened the door to the spare room, and I nearly jumped for joy when I realized his bedroom was right next door. He flicked on the light, and I was thrilled to see the room was fully furnished with a queen-sized bed, a chest of drawers, and even a small desk in the corner. "It's perfect," I exclaimed before even stepping inside. He laughed and motioned for me to come in. "It's pretty plain, but I'm sure you can add your own touch to it." Seeing my excitement, he added, "That is, if you move in. Come on, it's perfect." I practically begged. "We already know each other, so you don't have to worry about living with some weirdo. And I swear I'll always pay the rent on time." He smiled as he watched me flop down onto the bed. I noticed his gaze drifting to my midsection as my shirt rode up, revealing a bit of skin. I almost spread my legs right then and there, but I stopped myself. I didn't want to scare him off. After all, I'd have plenty of time to seduce him once I moved in. When his eyes met mine again, I was surprised to see a flicker of desire. I started to wonder if I should take things further when he suddenly rubbed his face and turned away. I quickly stood up and followed him out of the room. "Are you okay?" he asked, grabbing a bottle of water from the fridge and offering me one. I shook my head, watching as he gulped it down in one go. I bit my lip, resisting the urge to run my tongue along his neck as I waited for him to finish. "Maybe this isn't such a good idea," he finally said. "Why not?" I asked. He sighed deeply and ran his fingers through his hair. "I don't know. Living with my best friend's 18-year-old daughter might not be the best idea." "Well, I think it's a great idea." He gave me a soft smile. "All right then, let's go talk to your parents. If they agree, I'll help you move in tonight." "Wait, what?" My mind raced. I tried to think of a way to avoid this. I had no idea how my parents would react, but I knew that if they said no, Ethan definitely wouldn't let me move in. "Come on," he said, grabbing my hand and pulling me toward the door. "You can drive us over." Suddenly, a wave of panic washed over me as I remembered the binoculars sitting in the front seat. "This is a terrible idea. Give me a minute. I'll just tidy up a bit," I said, trying to block Ethan from getting to the passenger door. "Oh, it's fine," he said, gently pushing me aside. "If we're going to be roommates, I should see what I'm getting into, right?" Nervously, I twisted a strand of hair around my finger as he opened the door and leaned into the car. The first thing he noticed was the binoculars on the front seat.